Arizona's workers are demanding better protection from the scorching heat, and their voices are getting louder. With temperatures rising, the dangers they face are becoming more apparent and urgent. This summer, a group of workers gathered at the state capitol. Their message clear: the heat is making their jobs dangerous, and they need action now. Tony Pineda, a former roofer, shared his experience of heat exhaustion, a wake-up call that could have ended tragically. "Heat protections now before someone dies," they chanted, a powerful call to action. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, acknowledges that heat-related deaths and illnesses in the workplace are likely underreported. Their estimates are alarming. Approximately 559 workers across the U.S. die each year due to workplace heat exposure, with over 24,000 experiencing heat-related illnesses or injuries annually. In Arizona, where extreme heat is a daily reality, the situation is particularly dire. The Phoenix metro area, home to most of the state's population, averages a staggering 111 days per year above 100 degrees. Over 1 million Arizonans work in industries like farming, landscaping, construction, and delivery services, facing extreme heat daily. Yet Arizona has no state regulations specifically to protect these workers. As temperatures continue to rise, more workers are speaking out, demanding change. Pineda's plea is simple. "We're not asking for anything extravagant. Water, shade." Over 30 labor groups have written to Governor Katie Hobbs, calling for the Arizona Division of Occupational Safety and Health to adopt a statewide heat safety standard. They want regulations for water, shade, rest breaks, and training for heat-related emergencies, with clear measures for enforcement. Caitlin Parody, a Phoenix-based staffer with the National Council for Occupational Safety and Health, emphasizes the importance of enforceable standards. "The data is clear. An enforceable standard is the most life-saving intervention." 7 other states, including California and Nevada, have already adopted state-level standards for workplace heat safety. A study from Harvard Law School found that California's standard resulted in a significant decrease in outdoor worker deaths, highlighting the potential impact of such regulations. But Arizona's efforts have been more limited. The Hobbs administration claims workers are protected under OSHA's General Duty Clause, which requires employers to provide a safe work environment. The Industrial Commission of Arizona has launched an emphasis program, training over 600 employers on heat safety and reporting a decrease in workers' compensation claims related to heat. However, critics like Parody are concerned that these measures are not enough. She worries that the new task force, charged with recommending guidelines rather than enforceable regulations, may not provide the necessary protection. "Guidelines may work for honest employers," Parody said, "but we know the most vulnerable workers, those at the lowest wage and in the most exploitative industries, are the ones most at risk." State lawmakers and city councils have also attempted to establish heat regulations. Representatives introduced bills to require the Industrial Commission to adopt a heat safety standard and amend state employment laws to address heat-related illnesses. However, these efforts have stalled, with Republican committee chairs not responding to requests for comment. While state-level progress is slow, several cities, including Phoenix, Tucson, Tempe, and Pima County, have adopted heat safety ordinances for city and county employees and contractors. Parody acknowledges these local efforts but emphasizes their limited scope. They only cover a small group of workers. At the federal level, OSHA proposed a nationwide heat standard last year, including mandatory breaks and a heat illness plan. Eric Grigorovic, president of the Arizona State Association of Letter Carriers, supports this standard, believing it would improve safety for postal workers. However, some Arizona business leaders have expressed concerns, arguing that existing standards and programs already address these issues and that a federal standard would place a disproportionate burden on companies operating in high heat regions like Arizona. With no clear timeline for federal action and doubts about the Trump administration's commitment to workplace regulations, the future of federal heat protections is uncertain. At the state level, Hobbs' task force has until the end of the year to submit recommendations, with the Industrial Commission determining the next steps. Workers like Pineda are calling for swift action as Arizona's temperatures continue to rise. It's a moral responsibility, he said. The question remains, will Arizona's workers receive the protection they need, or will the heat continue to take a deadly toll?